Hello everyone and welcome to my review of Power Rangers Beast Morphers episodes 3 and 4. Before I get into this, I just want to say thank you all so much. My last review did amazingly well. So yeah, and I think this is the format I'm going to go with these reviews, doing it every 2 episodes. Simply because there's some episodes where there's just not a lot to talk about. And also, I can't keep up with doing it every week. I can barely keep up with doing one comic review every month, so... But yeah, so without any further ado, let's get into episode 3. Now, while I don't dislike episode 3, it serves as a perfect example for why I can't do these every week. I literally have 5 notes for it. Basically, the plot of episode 3 is that the mayor is ordering a new road to be built because there's traffic jams. Now, I'm no expert on how you run a city, and I'll be damned if I'm going to Google it. But someone in the comments let me know, is that a common way that they solve traffic jams? By just building whole new roads? I can't assume it is, right? Like, doesn't it take a really long time to make roads? Wouldn't it? I don't know, that was weird to me. So Zoe is like, no, instead of making these roads, I have these bikes that are powered by Morphers, so people can ride those and they can get around the traffic. And the mayor's like, okay, I'll let you try and do that, I guess. And then if it doesn't work, screw you, I'm doing the road. So they try and pitch people the bikes. It doesn't work. People are like, nah, I ain't riding no bike. And then we get Ben and Betty. I think that's their names. I'm sorry, I tried to give these characters a chance. They suck. I don't like them. And so the main reason I wanted to give them a chance is because, like, you look at Bulk and Skull from back in the Mighty Morphin days, I was like, their shtick isn't really that different, is it? Especially in the early days of the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Bulk and Skull, their antics were always the result of them being douchebags, so it was funny to see them get, like, what they deserved, more or less. In this, it's just, these two idiots walk on set, they do some dumb stuff that just appeals to the lowest common denominator, and then they leave. Like, I saw a review a long time ago, and they summed up this type of humor perfectly. They basically said, this isn't the humor kids find funny, this is the humor that adults think kids find funny. Blaze and Roxy's avatar are like, well, there's all this Morph-X out in the open, and these bikes, we'll just steal it. So they make this needle monster to extract the Morph-X. They fight, and then runs away. And they try to, like, clear out the forest. Doesn't really go well because, you know, they're clearing out a whole forest. We find out some more about Nate's backstory, how his family was never really around. And then when they fight the Needle Monster again, we get a cool fight between Zoe and Roxy. Well, first, the Power Rangers chase down Blaze on the Morph-X bikes, which is like, don't you have motorcycles? Like, I get for the plot of the episode, they have to chase them down on the bikes, but what? So they get to this warehouse, and we have a cool fight between Zoe and Roxy, while Devin and Ravi are fighting up in their Zords. And it's funny, y'all remember, I did not like the weaknesses from the last episode. I thought they were really stupid. There's one, they make good use of it once in this episode. Zoe's done fighting, and she lays down, and she goes, Nate, I need a carrot. I thought that was funny. Yeah, you got one good thing out of those weaknesses. I have to assume that they got rid of those, though, right? Like, and that she just likes carrots now? Because, like, especially Devin's weakness. Like, how could you account for that? Like, did you just go around and euthanize every dog in the city? Like, what? I don't know, but, this episode was good. It felt kind of like an old episode of Mighty Morphin, really. You know, you had a Ranger trying to solve a normal problem, also doing Ranger stuff. We got a bit more into Zoe. As I said, it's nothing special, but all Power Ranger seasons have stuff like that, you know. All Power Ranger seasons have, oh no, Rocky won't stop playing the magic pachinko machine, or, oh no, Kevin and Mike are stuck together, whoop-de-doo. So, yeah, that's fine. It's a fine episode. Episode 4 is a bit more interesting. This one takes place during everyone's favorite made-up holiday, Valentine's Day. And, as you would imagine, Ravi is a bit sad because his girlfriend is in a coma. So he's like straight up like gravestone style leaves a flower on like her tube. It's some heavy stuff. And then we see Roxy's avatar plotting against them and coming up with a plan, which I'll get into later why I think that they shouldn't have been in the episode. But and then they imply that Nate's crushing on Zoe. And by imply that, I mean that he's out buying yellow flowers, so who else would they be for? But, so a monster shows up with Roxy's avatar. The Rangers go and they fight it. And the, Shoveltron, I think it's called, is about to smash Ravi, and then Roxy, her avatar gets in the way. So they get back to Grid Battle Force, and Nate, gets asked, what he was doing, and he acts all nervous, further cementing the fact that he was buying flowers for Zoe. He gets told by the commander that he's not allowed to go outside without a buddy. Which is like, can you do that? That feels weird. Like, I assume you're paying him, but that seems like a bit... That feels like you're overstepping your boundaries a bit. I don't know, but I guess that's the point. So Ravi and Roxy meet in the park where they apparently first met. And she tells him that there's still good in her and that she needs the neural liner, the thing that turned her into the avatar in the first place, to make her good again. My thing is, weren't they told that the avatars had to be destroyed for the normal ones to wake up? So what was the plan here? Like, okay, Roxy, you're good now, so just think of the rabbits, Roxy. I don't know, but so Ravi steals the neural aligner, which I like that, because you get instances where in other Ranger seasons where they obviously do the wrong thing and you're like, god damn it. And it's obviously supposed to be like a cautionary tale to the kids watching it, but it's like but this makes sense. This, you can see a person actually doing this because, obviously he loves her and he wants to be with her again, so he'd be willing to cross a line that he normally wouldn't be willing to. So I thought that was cool. So Roxy reveals that it was that was obviously a trap to get him to turn into an avatar as well. But the other Rangers come and they free him. My thing is, wouldn't it have been better if we hadn't seen her make the plan at the beginning of the episode? Because then this, granted, it still would have been obvious, but I don't know, it would have been a reveal. It wouldn't have been something that we obviously know for the whole episode. They fight the monster and it's interesting. So we have Zoe and Ravi fighting the monster on the ground, but guy whose name I can't remember, I forgot to mention, so Roxy steals the neural aligner, my bad, and they say that can, get Evox out of the dimension somehow. The robot guy whose name I can't remember makes, one of the generic robots, but he gives it, the shovel claw thing. So Devin goes up and defeats that one, while the other ones defeat the monster on the ground in a pretty cool shot, actually, although it's Sentai footage, because I saw it months ago, but still cool. And it's interesting, we're 4 episodes in, still no Megazord. I guess you could argue that Devin's Zord kind of doubles as a Megazord, kind of like Jason's Red Dragon Thunder Zord did. But still, I assume the Zords all come together at some point, right? Yeah, so they win the day. Ravi is still sad, but he says he's glad to have the other Rangers. Zoe gets Nate's flowers. And the episode ends with more hilarious hijinks from Ben and Betty. Okay. So yeah, overall, this episode was good. This was, yeah, I like this episode. Like I said, I had a few missteps, but overall, it was good. Both these episodes were pretty good. As I said, I appreciate when we look at the Rangers more as people. That was something that was missing kind of from, Megaforce, where it was just, they were really only there as an excuse to get to the action, whereas you can see, the actual struggles and humanity in these Rangers, so I appreciate that. Overall, I'm looking forward to where the series goes after this, and If you guys, this sounded good to you, then go watch the episodes. I hope you have a great day. Leave a like, consider subscribing if you want to see more content like this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.